At 90 years old, Jack LaLanne's heart was tested. Cardiologists examined him. The results shocked them. His heart was stronger than the average healthy 30-year-old. Not slightly stronger, substantially stronger. His cardiac output was exceptional. His arterial elasticity was exceptional. His blood pressure was optimal. His cardiovascular capacity was youthful. Cardiologists couldn't explain it. His family history wasn't exceptional. His genetics weren't special. So how? The answer is straightforward. Jack LaLanne understood cardiovascular biology. He applied protocols supporting cardiovascular health consistently for 90 years. The result? A cardiovascular system that didn't age like normal cardiovascular systems age. Most people accept cardiovascular decline with age. Heart disease is common. Arterial stiffness is normal. Plaque accumulation is expected. By 90, cardiovascular disease is nearly universal. But Jack LaLanne's cardiovascular system was youthful. Clear arteries, strong heart, optimal blood pressure, exceptional capacity. This wasn't luck. This was the result of understanding what the cardiovascular system requires and providing it consistently. Why Jack LaLanne's heart was different at 90. The primary difference, Jack LaLanne prevented the factors that cause cardiovascular decline. Normal cardiovascular aging. With age, several changes occur. Endothelial dysfunction, lining of blood vessels degrades. Arterial stiffening, arteries lose elasticity. Plaque accumulation, cholesterol deposits in arteries. Inflammation, chronic low-grade inflammation damages vessels. Oxidative stress, free radicals damage cells. These factors combine, creating cardiovascular disease, the leading cause of death. Jack LaLanne's approach prevented all of these factors, maintained endothelial health through diet and exercise, preserved arterial elasticity through consistent exercise and nutrition, prevented plaque accumulation through diet and lifestyle, reduced chronic inflammation through anti-inflammatory diet, managed oxidative stress through antioxidant-rich nutrition. Result? Cardiovascular system that remained youthful despite age. If you're concerned about cardiovascular health, like this video right now, because the next section explains the cardiovascular biology that will transform how you understand heart health. Subscribe and hit notifications. You'll want to follow along as we break down exactly what the heart needs to stay young. Cardiovascular biology, structure and function. The cardiovascular system consists of heart, arteries, capillaries, veins, and heart. The heart, a muscular pump approximately fist-sized, contracts rhythmically, pumping blood throughout the body. Performance metrics. Resting heart rate, lower is better, indicating efficiency. Cardiac output, volume of blood pumped per minute. Ejection fraction, percentage of blood ejected per contraction. Jack LaLanne's heart at 90 were exceptional. Low resting heart rate, indicating strong heart. High cardiac output, indicating strong pumping capacity. High ejection fraction, indicating powerful contractions. Arteries. Large elastic vessels carrying oxygen-rich blood from heart to body. Key characteristic, elasticity. Young arteries are elastic. They expand with each heartbeat and recoil, smoothly moving blood. Old arteries become stiff. They lose elasticity and become stiff tubes. Jack LaLanne's arteries at 90 maintained elasticity comparable to arteries in young, healthy individuals. Arteries support. Arteries are lined with endothelial cells. These cells maintain smooth vessel surface, prevents blood clots, produce nitric oxide, causes vasodilation, vessel relaxation, prevent plaque accumulation, regulate immune response. Endothelial dysfunction is the first step in cardiovascular disease. Maintaining endothelial health prevents disease progression.
Jack LaLanne maintained endothelial health. Through cardiovascular exercise, stimulates endothelial adaptation. Anti-inflammatory diet prevents endothelial damage. Antioxidant-rich nutrition protects endothelial cells. Stress management prevents inflammation. Adequate sleep supports endothelial repair. Nutrient-dense diet provides building blocks. Nitric oxide and vasodilation, the key mechanism. Nitric oxide is a signaling molecule produced by endothelial cells. Functions: vasodilation, relaxes blood vessel smooth muscle. Antiplatelet effect, prevents blood clots. Anti-inflammatory, reduces inflammation. Antioxidant, protects cells. Low nitric oxide equals cardiovascular disease. High nitric oxide equals cardiovascular health. Factors increasing nitric oxide. Cardiovascular exercise, most powerful nitric oxide stimulus. Regular training maintains high nitric oxide. Jack LaLanne's consistent exercise maintained optimal nitric oxide. L-arginine and L-citrulline, amino acids required for nitric oxide synthesis, found in nuts, seeds, legumes, meat. Jack LaLanne's protein-rich diet provided these. Leafy greens, nitrates, convert to nitric oxide in body. Beets, spinach, arugula, lettuce. Jack LaLanne's vegetable-rich diet provided these. Antioxidants, protect nitric oxide from oxidative destruction. Vitamin C, E, polyphenols. Jack LaLanne's antioxidant-rich diet provided these. Jack LaLanne's approach maximized nitric oxide through multiple mechanisms.
Arterial health and plaque prevention. Cardiovascular disease involves plaque accumulation in arteries. Plaque formation, endothelial dysfunction, breach in protective barrier. LDL cholesterol oxidation, cholesterol becomes damaging. Immune response, white blood cells engulf oxidized cholesterol. Plaque accumulation, builds up over time, hardens. Prevention requires maintain endothelial health, prevent breach. Prevent LDL oxidation, adequate antioxidants. Manage inflammation, anti-inflammatory diet. Healthy cholesterol levels, but also understand LDL oxidation is problem, not LDL itself. Jack LaLanne prevented plaque accumulation through all of these mechanisms. Testing at 90 showed clear arteries, no significant plaque accumulation. Cardiovascular exercise protocol. Cardiovascular exercise is the most powerful stimulus for cardiovascular health. Mechanisms: stimulates nitric oxide production, strengthens heart muscle, improves blood flow, reduces inflammation, improves cholesterol profile, reduces blood pressure. Jack LaLanne's cardiovascular training. Primary modality, swimming. Swimming is optimal cardiovascular exercise because full-body workout engages all muscles. Zero impact, joint protective. Full range motion, continuous activity. Swimming 30 to 60 minutes regularly was Jack LaLanne's primary cardiovascular training. Modern cardiovascular protocol. Frequency: 150 minutes moderate intensity weekly or 75 minutes vigorous intensity weekly. Moderate intensity, 50 to 70% max heart rate, can talk but not sing. Vigorous intensity, 70 to 85% max heart rate, can't maintain conversation. Examples: brisk walking, 45 to 60 minutes, 5 to 6 times weekly. Swimming, 30 to 45 minutes, 4 to 5 times weekly. Cycling, 30 to 45 minutes, 4 to 5 times weekly. Running, 20 to 30 minutes, 3 to 4 times weekly. Consistency is critical. Daily movement is ideal. Minimum is 150 minutes weekly. Jack LaLanne was consistent. He trained regularly throughout his life. If you're thinking about your cardiovascular exercise, comment "heart training" below.
because the people who maintain cardiovascular health are the people who move consistently. Subscribe and enable notifications because the next sections reveal the resistance training and nutrition protocols that work with cardiovascular exercise. Resistance training and heart health. Resistance training benefits cardiovascular health. Mechanisms: improves cardiac output, strengthens heart muscle, improves blood pressure, improves cholesterol, reduces inflammation, improves metabolic health. Resistance training plus cardiovascular training equals optimal cardiovascular health. Jack LaLanne's resistance training. Heavy compound movements 3 to 4 times weekly provided resistance stimulus while also providing cardiovascular stimulus. Modern protocol: 2 to 3 sessions of resistance training per week in addition to cardiovascular training. Major compound movements: squats, deadlifts, bench press, rows, overhead press. Combined approach: cardiovascular training, primary, plus resistance training, supplementary, equals comprehensive cardiovascular health. Nutrients for cardiovascular support. Specific nutrients support cardiovascular health. Number 1, omega-3 fatty acids. Role: reduce inflammation, support cardiovascular function. Sources: fish, salmon, mackerel, sardines, walnuts, flax seeds. Daily intake: 1 to 2 grams EPA/DHA. Number 2, vitamin C. Role: support endothelial function, antioxidant protection. Sources: citrus, berries, bell peppers, broccoli. Daily intake: 500 to 1,000 milligrams. Number 3, potassium. Role: support blood pressure regulation. Sources: bananas, sweet potato, spinach, beans. Daily intake: 3,500 to 4,700 milligrams. Number 4, magnesium. Role: support blood vessel function, blood pressure. Sources: pumpkin seeds, spinach, almonds, dark chocolate. Daily intake: 400 to 420 milligrams, men. Number 5, coenzyme Q10. Role: support heart muscle energy production. Sources: beef, fish, peanuts, sesame seeds, supplements. Daily intake: 100 to 200 milligrams, supplemental if needed. Number 6, folate and B vitamins. Role: support homocysteine metabolism. High homocysteine equals cardiovascular risk. Sources: leafy greens, legumes, eggs, meat. Daily intake: as found in food. Jack LaLanne's nutrient-dense diet provided all of these. Foods supporting heart and arterial health. Foods supporting cardiovascular health. Fatty fish: salmon, mackerel, sardines, herring. Omega-3 fatty acids, vitamin D, selenium, 3 to 4 times per week. Berries: blueberries, strawberries, raspberries. Antioxidants, fiber, polyphenols, daily if possible. Leafy greens: spinach, kale, chard, arugula. Nitrates, potassium, folate, antioxidants. Daily, multiple servings. Nuts and seeds: almonds, walnuts, pumpkin seeds, sesame seeds. Magnesium, potassium, healthy fats. Daily, small handful. Whole grains: oats, brown rice, whole wheat. Fiber, magnesium, B vitamins. Daily. Legumes: beans, lentils, chickpeas. Potassium, magnesium, fiber, folate. Several times weekly. Extra virgin olive oil. Polyphenols, oleic acid. Use for salads and cooking. Dark chocolate, 70% TWUS cacao. Polyphenols, magnesium. Occasional consumption. Garlic and onions. Sulfur compounds with cardiovascular benefits. Daily.
Inflammation reduction and cardiovascular protection. Chronic inflammation damages cardiovascular system. Pro-inflammatory foods, avoid it. Processed foods, high omega-6 oils, vegetable oil, sunflower oil, refined carbohydrates, excess sugar, excess alcohol. Anti-inflammatory foods, emphasized, fatty fish, omega-3s, berries, polyphenols, leafy greens, vitamins and minerals, ginger and turmeric, gingerols and curcumin, garlic, sulfur compounds, olive oil, polyphenols, nuts and seeds, healthy fats and minerals. Jack LaLanne's anti-inflammatory diet prevented chronic inflammation damaging his cardiovascular system. Blood pressure regulation protocol. Normal blood pressure less than 120/80 mmHg. Elevated 120 to 129 over less than 80. High stage 1, 130 to 139 over 80 to 89. High stage 2, 140 or higher over 90 or higher. Jack LaLanne's blood pressure at 90 was optimal, less than 120 over 80. Factors regulating blood pressure. Cardiovascular exercise, most powerful blood pressure reducer. Regular training reduces resting blood pressure 5 to 10 mmHg. DASH diet, dietary approaches to stop hypertension. Emphasis on fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean protein. Reduced sodium, reduced sugar. Jack LaLanne's diet aligned with DASH principles. Potassium, supports blood pressure regulation. Jack LaLanne's fruit and vegetable consumption provided ample potassium. Stress management. Chronic stress elevates blood pressure. Jack LaLanne managed stress through exercise, purpose, social connection. Sodium management. Excess sodium elevates blood pressure. Jack LaLanne's whole food diet was naturally low sodium. Processed foods contain most sodium. Sleep. Inadequate sleep elevates blood pressure. Jack LaLanne prioritized sleep, 8 to 9 hours nightly. Jack LaLanne's comprehensive approach optimized blood pressure throughout his life. Month 1 to 12 Cardiovascular Health Timeline. Realistic Cardiovascular Improvement Timeline. Weeks 1 to 2. Begin cardiovascular exercise. Initial response, improved energy, better sleep. Blood pressure may not change significantly yet. Adaptation beginning. Weeks 3 to 4. Cardiovascular capacity improving. Exercise becomes easier. Heart rate recovery improves. Heart rate returns to baseline faster after exercise. Blood pressure beginning to decrease if elevated. Months 2 to 3. Significant cardiovascular improvements. Endurance increasing substantially. Resting heart rate decreasing. Blood pressure improving. Energy excellent. Sleep quality improved. Months 4 to 6. Continued cardiovascular adaptation. Cardiovascular capacity substantially improved. Blood pressure normalized if was elevated. Arterial athletic performance improving. Energy sustained throughout the day. Overall cardiovascular health markers improving. Months 6 to 9. Continued improvements. Arterial health improving. Endothelial function improving. Inflammation decreasing. Months 9 to 12. 12 months of consistent cardiovascular protocol produces dramatic results. Cardiovascular capacity comparable to much younger individuals. Blood pressure optimal. Heart healthy and strong. Energy excellent. Overall health markers significantly improved. Years 2+. Continued maintenance and improvement. Cardiovascular system continues adapting favorably. 9 decades of consistent cardiovascular protocol like Jack LaLanne results in a cardiovascular system that doesn't age normally. Your Cardiovascular Health Action Plan. This week, assess your current cardiovascular health. Resting heart rate, measure pulse for 60 seconds. Blood pressure, measure or get tested.
Exercise capacity. How long can you exercise? Energy levels throughout day. Document baseline. Plan your cardiovascular exercise. Will you walk, swim, cycle? What frequency is realistic? Plan your diet. Which cardiovascular supporting foods will you emphasize? Week 1. Begin cardiovascular exercise. 30 to 45 minutes, moderate intensity, 4 to 5 times per week. Sustainable activity you'll do consistently. Emphasize cardiovascular supporting foods. Fatty fish at least once, leafy greens daily, berries daily, nuts daily, olive oil on salads. Begin stress management, meditation, breathing work, time in nature, social connection. Weeks 2 to 4. Continue cardiovascular exercise. Track. Did you exercise? Yes, no. How did you feel? Notice energy improving, sleep better, exercise easier. Months 2 to 3. Continue your routine. Measure resting heart rate and blood pressure. Improvement yet? Increase cardiovascular exercise if confidence increasing, more intensity or duration. Months 4 to 6. Continue your routine. Significant cardiovascular improvements should be noticeable. Months 6 to 12. 12 months of consistent cardiovascular protocol. Cardiovascular capacity dramatically improved. Resting heart rate lower. Blood pressure healthier. Energy higher. Overall health significantly better. If you're implementing this cardiovascular protocol starting today, comment Health Heart below, because the people who maintain cardiovascular health are the people who start this week. Subscribe and enable notifications because video 43 continues the Health Protocol series. And yes, share this. When your friends notice your improved energy and better health markers, they'll ask. Share the cardiovascular health protocol. Build community around heart health. Jack LaLanne's complete cardiovascular legacy. Jack LaLanne's heart at 90 was stronger than most 30-year-old hearts because he applied cardiovascular protocols consistently for 90 years. The protocol is regular cardiovascular exercise, primary stimulus, resistance training, supplementary stimulus, anti-inflammatory, nutrient-dense diet, stress management, adequate sleep. Consistent implementation across decades. Apply this protocol for 1 year and your cardiovascular health improves measurably. Continue for 90 decades like Jack LaLanne and your cardiovascular system remains youthful. The biology is straightforward. The implementation is comprehensive but doable. The results are extraordinary. Subscribe, enable notifications, because video 43 continues comprehensive health protocols. And if this cardiovascular protocol is resonating with you, share it. Send it to someone concerned about heart health. The protocol works, whether you're 30 trying to prevent cardiovascular disease or 80 trying to maintain youthful heart health. Start this protocol today. Document your baseline. Track your progress. In 1 year, compare yourself to who you are now. You'll understand why Jack LaLanne's heart remained strong at 90.